Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Free Daily Coaching. And today is a Mindset Monday. You can see I don't have my glasses on. Shouse doesn't have her glasses on. We don't know what's going on, right? It's Mindset Monday. We just woke up. All right, Shouse is putting her vision wear on so she can see what the heck's going on. She's in control now of all vision required obstacles, right? Because she can actually see. I don't have my glasses on yet, but we are ready to do a Mindset Monday. I wanted to bring a special Mindset Monday to you today and a few announcements. And then a couple announcements to start off our week. Last week we had some technical difficulties with our webinars on air. So we're gonna make up that work session today. We're actually gonna do that work session today. I'm not sure what time. I have a noon appointment this afternoon, and I have another appointment this evening for a new member orientation webinar that I do. So I'm probably going to do it either directly before that new member orientation or directly after. I'm not sure yet, and I'll tell you why. That's going to lead us into the mindset call. So in today's mindset call, I'm going to take it a little deeper than we normally take it. Okay, I'm going to go to some places that normally you may not have gone to. And so the reason that I want to go here is because I want to bring something that's in real time to the table so that you guys can see how these same types of challenges could be affecting your business, and what are some strategies to be able to get out of that, to be able to turn that around. So something that's been going on here, as many of you know, the free daily coaching call, the hangout itself got paused for a while. And then we did that just as a work break. And then we were going to bring it back. And as we were bringing it back, there was a lot of other things happening. And some things happened in our personal life that made our schedule ramp up, right? It made the schedule go like twice as fast as what we anticipated. So because of that, some other things got changed. So in that process, a bunch of the things that we had been doing on the regular, a bunch of our activities that were a daily routine, a pattern, something that was easy to do, that you knew exactly what you're going to do. You're going to go do this, go do that, go do this, go do that, right? All of those types of things, they got disheveled. Well, I have to say that I'm quite a creature of habit. I like things to be a certain way and done this in a certain order, right? Like that works for me a lot of times in certain areas. And then some things I like it to be, totally free for all. So in this process of moving, we've now been at our new home for a little while, and still trying to really get settled into what does the daily routine look like? What is the entire process look like? And I know that some of you guys are wondering, okay, well, what does this have to do with Mindset Monday? Well, we're going to get there here in a second. I'm going to tie that loop all together. In this process of moving and reorganizing and getting things rescheduled, while things were out of place and disheveled, there has been a lot of obstacles and challenges. What does that mean? That means that a lot of my normal day-to-day activities weren't getting accomplished, right? What happens when things don't get accomplished in your life? You start to get that feeling of pressure, right? Or you feel like that anticipation feeling, like sweaty palm feeling, right? Like stuff isn't done and it's not going to get done and you're not getting caught up. You know, that feeling where it's that frantic feeling of being in quicksand, where mentally you know that you need to stay calm and not move, but you're sinking. And so as you're sinking, you want to get out, right? Because it's scary, because you're sinking. So you're trying to crawl your way out. And the more that you crawl in the quicksand, the more that it kind of sucks you down, right? The faster that you go. So I've been experiencing that in several areas, right? And most of the time, and the reason I said we're going to go somewhere we don't usually go is usually in Mindset Monday, I'm bringing always solution. And this morning I'm going to bring solution, but I'm going to bring solution in the form of like, I'm going to try a solution and see if this works. Not I've tried this solution and it works. This is for maybe some people are out there that are experiencing this right now at the same time, and you don't have time to wait for the solution. Maybe you need to try to start applying something right now today. So because of this, I've been having frustration, right? Because of the anticipation, because of the perception of pressure, okay, mostly caused and brought on by myself, right? That perception, because of that, my reactions to everything is super volatile, right? Because I feel pressured or I feel like I'm in a corner, right? Then whenever given like a situation, it's like I'm an animal that's in a corner and I'm like reacting, right? Instead of just flowing through things. And where I'm seeing that come through the most is in my relationship with my wife, right? Because my wife and I work together. For all intents and purposes, my wife and I work together. My wife has the opportunity to work part-time if she chooses, and then or full-time, right? Whatever she wanted to, but mostly she works around the house. And I don't mean that she does all the domestic work. That's not what I mean, so don't take that wrong. I mean that she has all of the animals that she takes care of and her craft projects and stuff that keep her busy, right? That she stays pretty busy with that stuff. So for all intents and purposes, we're together all day, every day. And especially with the move, we had really been together for quite some time and right together all the time, every day, all day. Well, when I'm adding undue pressure, when I'm adding a narrative that may or may not exist, it's adding an extra element into that doesn't need to occur. And as many of you guys know, we recently got another animal, another big dog for an outside dog. My wife is really good with the animals, like really, really good. Like that's her specialty in life. She could talk to animals, right? She's really good at them, and she's had professional experience. So in getting this new dog, we're doing some dog training, and we had a discussion the other day about, will I be able to take some direction from my wife? Right? Will I be able to take direction from her because that's her area of expertise? And yesterday, last evening, we had a situation where I wasn't able to take the direction. Now, it didn't turn into this big, huge fight or anything like that, but it definitely was there was some tension, there was some conflict, and okay, this is the important part that I want you guys to see. That tension, that stress, that argument that came in my family and my personal life was because of the stress and pressure and uncertainty that I felt in another area of my life, right? And this area over here is now affecting this area over here. The cat was over there, now it's coming over here, right? So you could have something going on over here with your kids, with your wife, with your job, with your employer, with your cousin, with your sister, your mom, right? And something could happen over there that could leach in over to your work over here. Or what if you do these things over here in your work or your entrepreneurial endeavors, and some of that leaches over into this? Well, that's what was occurring, right? That's what did occur. And so because I've been experiencing this for a few weeks now, and I've done a minimal amount of actions to ensure that this is curbed, right? So things like personal development, like going to counseling, or doing things like myself that I know are beneficial, like exercise, right? To start exercising again, speaking with a counselor, doing things that I know are going to be beneficial for me. So this morning's call It's called Make a Change by doing something different, right? Is that what I can't see the whole title now. So I want to propose to you guys that this is what I'm going to do. I want you guys to try it. See if this works in your life. I'm going to try something new. So I did something new. I tried to set myself up for success, right? So just like we set ourselves up in our work life or anything in any other area of our life, if I know an area is affecting other areas, I need to repair the area that's causing the friction, right? Or everything that comes after that is going to continue to experience friction. I've realized that. I know that. So what is it that we could do different? What is it like making a choice, making a change by making a choice to specifically behave in a totally different way? If you're not getting the results that you want, then we have to change the behavior, right? That's something that we've learned over and over here on Free Daily Coaching. So I'm not getting the results I want. So the behavior is not appropriate. It's something is wrong. So I have to change that behavior. The only way that I've learned in my experience thus far to be able to do this on a massive level, to be able to change and really change, is you have to change that behavior, right? Totally. Has to look totally different. So it has to be like something that you don't normally do. Okay. So for me, right, make a change by doing something different. It doesn't mean a little bit different. I mean totally radically different. For me, I'm super selfish. I'm all about Bert. I'm doing what Bert's gonna do on Bert's time in Bert's calendar, right? That's how I operate. So for me to make a change by doing something different, I have to change that totally, right? That means I'm gonna have to do a whole entire 180. And so I'm gonna try and do that by by formulating my day out based on someone else's, not based on someone else's what they have to accomplish, but my accountability to that person. Does that make sense? So instead of making a calendar and making a schedule on what I want to do and the things that I'd like to see get done, right? I'm going to make that calendar based off of those that I'm accountable to, right? Then whatever is left over is the time that I have to pick the things that I want to get done, right? Because this is what I know 100% for sure. I know this to be true. If the people that I'm accountable to in my personal life and in my business life, in all areas of my life, if those people are taken care of, if I'm fulfilling those responsibilities, I don't feel undue pressure. I don't feel undue stress. I don't feel anxious, right? I don't feel that. When I'm not feeling that, I'm not exploding out. I'm not having the reaction that I'm having right now. This is something that I found. Now, you might not be this way. You might have something totally, your reaction to things might be the opposite. Maybe you're the opposite of me, and instead of blowing out, you go inside. You stop talking to people. You go into a cocoon. You go into a shell. You don't participate, right? Maybe your reaction looks a little bit different, but I'm sure you have this. We all have this, this self, right? Ourselves. We all have ourselves and our challenges, our difficulties, and we all express them in a different way, right? When I'm expressing mine, when I'm frustrated like this, what happens is it definitely leaches over into every aspect. And I want you to look at your business and say, hey, where is that? Where am I having this same concept? So if I'm noticing that I'm not doing well at home, or I'm having conflict at home, or there's conflict, then what that means is that that's going to permeate into all of my areas of life, all of them, right? So if it's happening here at home, it's probably happening in all of these other areas. I just might not be seeing it in those other areas. So it's definitely happening. So where is that happening in your business? Where in your business are you letting some other area of your life affect it, and then it's compounding? That compound effect is happening. It's rippling throughout multiple areas of your life. So what can you do to change it? Make a change by doing something completely different. By doing something completely different than what you would normally do. Just that simple. So if you normally would sit down now and go get on the phone call and take notes and do something and then do this and then do that, do something different. Do it differently, right? Change the whole order of things up. There's multiple different ways in which you can do this massive change. You can change the order of operations by simply just flipping around the order in which you're starting to do things. So let's say that you get up and you take a walk and you read a book and you have breakfast and you do your work and then you take a break and you have lunch and then you do some family stuff and then you are done for the day. What if you flipped it around? What if you did all your family stuff in the morning, then you did your other stuff? Maybe that doesn't work because of the time conflict. Okay, that's okay. Find the solution, the time solution that allows you to start changing those things. Maybe it looks like changing and not working on Sundays and having a family day on Sunday. Maybe it looks like Saturday's your family day. If currently it's Sunday, maybe you switch it to Saturday. What if your day was a day in the middle of the week? What if it was a Wednesday or a Thursday? Right? So doing something totally different, really shaking up the entire way that you're doing business. What if you were you aren't getting the things that you wanted to get accomplished done? What if you took 2 days off of Facebook and just got all of that stuff done? Would that be something totally different? Yeah, it would be different because you'd get the things done that you wanted to get done, and normally you probably don't take those 2 days off of Facebook. I'm saying go extreme, do something different, make that change by doing something different if you want to see change. And it's been my experience that I don't change, or I'm not, or rather I'm not willing to change until the pain is great enough. Think about this. Are you having a struggle in your life? Maybe you're overweight. You won't change that until that challenge is great enough, until you get diabetes, until you have, until you can't walk up the stairs, until you can't enjoy the time with your grandkids because you're out of breath all the time, right? And then maybe you get in shape, or maybe not. Maybe you're a smoker, right? I was a smoker for a long time. So maybe you're a cigarette smoker. You're not going to change. You're not going to quit until that pain, right? Until that obstacle hurts enough, right? That's when you change. So I got to a place where I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm tired of being upset. I'm tired of being frustrated. What is it that I need to change? What needs to occur? How does my behavior need to change on a regular basis so that I can stop ending up in this position? So I can stop being frustrated. What is it that I need to do? So I'm going to try something different. I'm going to make a total change. I'm going to rearrange that schedule based on different priorities. Why? Because I want to experience something different than what I'm experiencing right now. Just that simple. So if you want to experience something different, right? If you're not experiencing if you're not having the experience that you want right now in your business, in your personal life, in any area, you got to make a change by doing something totally different. You have to do different, right? I realize it in my mind. Now I have to act it out. I realize and I know mentally that what needs to occur is that I, Bert, have to do something, meaning I have to act or behave in a different way. Different actions have to be taken so a different result is received, period. I learned this in my business. I can see it in my personal life, right? In things that are happening in my personal life that are permeating into my business. So I'm taking something that I've learned in my business and I'm going to apply it into my personal life so that my business will do better as well. So all areas of my life will be better, right? Because my life, my personal life and my business life, and I propose to you that these things are connected, that yes, you can compartmentalize things in life, but even when you have all these different compartments, there's still one thing that runs through that connects all those compartments. You. So even if you keep different stuff in different compartments, if you're throwing shit in one compartment, you're going to throw stuff into the next compartment and into the next one, into the next one. Why? Because you're angry. So you're just throwing stuff in there, right? When you take stuff out, you're just pulling it out. Why? Because you're not in a good mood. But think about this on the opposite side. If you're organized and you stay organized as a person, then all of those little compartments will be organized because you're organized. So that means that when you go to do the compartments, you're going to organize, make sure everything's put together right. Everything's in the right spot. Today's mindset is for those that are in a place that they don't want to be. In some area, if you're in a place, if you're not getting the results that you want to get, the answer is you got to do something different. I have to do something different to get a different result. The answer is the exact same for you. You have to do a different behavior. You have to take another action, a different action. So here's the deal. What's the action? What's the right action to take? This is where most of us get stuck. Okay, well, if I'm doing something that's not getting me the right result now, and I have to change the action or the behavior, most people are afraid. There's fear involved, right? We're afraid to change the action or behavior because we're not sure what the result's going to be, right? That's the reality. We don't want to change the behavior because we don't know what the result's going to be. But this is what I know for sure. If you're not happy with the results you're getting, would anything be better? Really? Check this out. What if you totally screw it up? What could happen? It will just be crappy like it is now, right? If you're getting a crappy result now and you change the behavior or the action to change the result, then even if you make a mistake, even if you screwed up, even if you don't pick the correct behavior or the behavior that leads you to the solution that you want, it's not going to be any worse than what it's already, because it's already not what you want, right? So when I think of things, I either think of it's either what I want or what I don't want. It's not on like a scale. Well, it's not all the way what I don't want, right? It's only a 7 out of 10 of what I don't want. It's not a full it's not all the way what I don't want. That's not how, personally, that's not how I'm operating. So I either want it or I don't. If I don't want it and I want to try to eliminate it, I don't care if something else takes its place. Even if something else takes its place that's not exactly what I wanted, at least it's not the last thing. It's a new thing. Okay, well, this isn't what I want either. Hey, if you change your behavior, if you change the actions and you're now getting a result that you don't want that either, then guess what you do? You change the behavior again. You change it again. You do something even different. You do something more different, right? You just keep changing it until you're getting the right result, right? If you try to quit smoking and you just quit cold turkey and it doesn't work every single time you try it, the next time you quit smoking, you're probably not going to try cold turkey. Maybe you're going to try eating hard candies or chewing gum or going to the hypno guy, right? We just did 3 different ones. Eating hard candies, chewing gum, and going to the hypno thing. Those are 3 different solutions that you could try, right? So cold turkey didn't work. You start eating hard candy, okay? That doesn't work because you're just shoving candy in your face all day and you gain 20 pounds. Okay, so you stop doing that. You started chewing gum. That didn't work because you noticed that you had TMJ and your jaw was getting sore all day. Okay, so you stopped that, you found out about the hypnotherapy, you went to the hypnotherapy, it worked. So it took 3 times, 4 times, but you quit. I smoked for a lot of years. A lot of years. I smoked a lot of cigarettes. Okay, like a chimney. I wanted to quit. I knew that it was bad for me. I tried multiple times to quit, it didn't work. I tried multiple different things, it didn't work, right? Multiple different times I tried, it didn't work, tried, it didn't work, tried, it didn't work, tried, it didn't work. Went to the hypnotherapy, it worked. Okay, good, I'm done. Right? But I didn't change. All I did was keep changing the behavior, changing the action, trying to get rid of that thing because I didn't want that response. I didn't want to be always out of breath. I didn't want to always be panting. I didn't want to be out of shape, right? So what did I do? I made a change by doing something different, right? The doing something different was I quit the smoking. It took me a couple different times of trying and a couple of different ways of trying. And in addition to the trying the gum, trying the candy, trying the hypnotherapy, I added in other things too along the way. Try to run every day, try to do this exercise, try and do this, try and do that, right? Adding all these things in. So in your personal life, in your business, what are the things right now that are causing you fear, anticipation, that are making you feel like you're pinned into a corner, that are making you feel anxious, making you feel like you're not getting done what you need to get done? What are those things? Can you identify those things? Can you identify those actions, those behaviors, those thoughts, those ideas that you're having? And can you now make a change by doing something totally different so that you can get a different result? Because if you don't change your behavior, you're not getting a different result. That's what I know. If I don't change my behavior, I'm not getting a different result. Unless you have magic powers that previously none of the rest of us are aware of, you're going to be required to do the same thing. You'll have to change your behavior to get a different result. That's just the way the world works. So today's Mindset Monday is all about change. It is making a change by doing something different. It's allowing yourself to take a different action to get a different result. And the answer to the question that many people are going to have is it scary? Yes. Is there extra fear that you add in by doing some change sometimes? Absolutely yes. However, if you don't walk through the fear of change, if you don't take the chance on yourself to make that change, to move forward, to step forward, to do something different, you're simply going to keep getting what you've been getting. And if you don't want what you've got, then how are you going to get something new? The only way to do that is to do something different. So that's our call for this morning. I want to remind each and every one of you that we do free daily coaching each Monday through Friday. We start at 7 a.m. Pacific time. This week, Thursday, we have Chris Schaus. You can see her down in the corner hanging out with me this morning. Chris Schaus is in the house. She's been doing a weekly series on blogging, on your blog, on how to get your blog up and going, easy tips, and adding some SEO. She's been doing some SEO training with the SEO master, Mr. Rob Four, and she's bringing it to you. She's breaking it down, simple, easy, and in a way that can be understood by the normal person, and she's bringing it each and every Thursday. So she's bringing something kind of like a Tech Tip Tuesday, but a workshop format, right? Where she brings you the tech tips, but she's showing you how to implement them. And not just a random technical tip that'll help in your marketing. She's working specifically on your blog. So if you're creating a website, if you want to have that online real estate, then you want to be here each and every Thursday when Schaus is in the house. Now, of course, we're going to be here on Tuesdays where we're going to do some tech tips. We're going to be here on Wednesdays and Fridays. We're going to have a fun week this week because we're going to be out of town at the end of the week. So we'll do some live broadcasts from the event as well. So some really fun stuff going. This week, we'll have a double mastermind session. So for the session, we will be doing one either later this afternoon, and I'll post in the group once we decided, and then, but it will be today, and then we'll have our regular Wednesday session. So we're gonna have a double up this week, and we'll probably have a couple little bonus blabs / periscopes from the location so we can get some live footage from the event as well. So for those of you that are not connected yet and you're watching on YouTube, remember to simply go over and visit us at www.freedailycoaching.com. You can register for our webinar each and every morning, 7 a.m. Pacific. We'll see you guys the next time.